down. So hey, thanks everybody for coming out to our June team meeting today. I appreciate seeing all of you here today. As always, we're gonna hit my arrow button. Oh my gosh, it worked that time. So as always, we're gonna start off with a little gratitude. So anybody have anything that they're grateful for that they would like to share? Anybody? Scott.
Yeah, so I reached out to Cassandra for something last night and realized like she's normally not here after a certain time. She's been working late and so she already does a ton, and so I just wanna give a shout out to her because she did that on our behalf and really appreciate her.
I second that. The leadership team has been putting in some extra time during the transition. So big kudos, especially to Cassandra and Amanda for putting in the extra hours and the extra effort. So thank you, ladies. Anybody else have anything they'd like to share they're grateful for?
This company.
Oh, tell me more.
Tell you more. I come from a smaller brokerage. I switched to a different Keller Williams, and this is completely different than the Keller Williams I was at. So I'm just thankful for the everyday hustle and bustle that this company puts in, so we can do the things we need to do and make it just work.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Erica. We appreciate that.
Amanda Daly says she's very thankful for all the support for Dancing with the Realtors. She said you all are amazing, but she's also amazing because I believe she did very well.
She did do very good.
She did do very well, and Amanda, correct me if I'm wrong, but third overall, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a great job. She put a lot of effort into that, and everybody, all the leadership here puts in a ton of effort to what Erica said to make everything go behind the scenes, so that y'all can just do what you do best, getting in front of people, helping people change their lives. So appreciate all of that. So with that being said, I want to move on to our Y4C2Ts. This month, the thing that's really been kind of on my mind of these, especially the last week and a half, is the creativity. The team has really come together behind the scenes, and I'm sure you guys are seeing it. With just being creative on picking up pieces, moving forward, changing things, streamlining things, just trying to make it an overall better experience for the clients, the agents, and just everybody involved here at the brokerage. And then also, I see a lot of you guys on social media and stuff, like some of the either the giveaways or the posts that you're doing. Like I'm a little jealous when I say, because I am not that creative to come up with some of these ideas that I have seen recently. I'm also not that confident to get in my underwear and walk and film a commercial there, Mr. Austin. But it was pretty amazing.
Yes.
Pretty amazing, the creativity displayed there. So that's kind of the one that sticks out to me this month. So as always, everything, all the communications that you do, BTCPA compliant, all your texts, all your calls, make sure that they're accepting those. They're not on a do not call registry. Also kind of to go hand in hand with that, with your use of AI, just remember you are responsible for what you put out there that's AI generated. So make sure it's accurate before you're posting anything. For you Zoomers, utilize the pins, use the chat. We'd love to hear from you. We want to give you the best experience possible. So please chime in and help us have a great meeting today. So we'd like to welcome our newest agents from May. We got Tara King. She joined our Tusk office. We got Courtney Troyer, who joined the Kara Kirkbride team. We have Andrew, and Bar's in my way, but he's a cat. Wendy Burgess, who joined our PC program. Kimberly Weaver, Rachel Ivers, Holly Ely, and Shelby Rodleski. So we've brought on 8 in the month of May. So any of you in the room?
Courtney.
Courtney, welcome.
So joined us yesterday.
And Sherwood joined, so Sherwood, you'll be up here. Make sure to give him a picture or you're gonna be a cat. Other than a cat, so you're a dog person. Cat, that's it. So,
dogs.
so welcome to all of you that are in the room today. We're so grateful that you chose to call Legacy Group home, and we look forward to helping you and watching you grow and succeed in your real estate careers. Let's see. Next up, Cassandra.
Oh. Ooh, all right. Hi, sorry I'm talking and leaving today because I've got to pay you guys. Yeah, I feel like that part. Is Christy in here?
There she is.
Hi, that is Christy Heron. She is our new agent services coordinator. If you have not been in this week, she has been up at the front desk learning the ropes with Amanda. I appreciate all of your patience with what are likely incorrect headshots being used. We are doing our best. But everyone who is sending you guys things with headshots is no longer here, so appreciate your patience. Christy has a daughter. She is married. That daughter does some baton twirling. Get to know her. It's very interesting. Our May profit share was $65,589.59, which puts our year-to-date total at $173,000. Great job. May. Congratulations to our May cappers. We have Marcy Clee, Tanya Davis, Stephanie Webb, and Mike and Tara Spetlick, who might be in the room, but I've got Tara. Yay, Tara. Yeah. Okay, and I have two slides. We have officially outgrown one slide. Great job. So this is our first slide of top producers.
Ooh,
Second slide bigger.
If you sold 3 houses or more than $500,000 in volume last month, can you stand up and give yourself a round of applause? Please. Other business, I think, is the last thing that's on my agenda, and then it's our good buddy Rich. I am doing my very best to make sure that you are all getting paid in a timely manner. Please help me out with that by making sure your commission requests are in 7 days before you expect to close. Otherwise,
Great.
if you have any questions, let me know. Thursday, I will not be able to same day pay because we have a obligation in the morning, but I will be processing checks on Wednesday night to try to compensate for that. So it'll just be stuff I receive on Thursday morning. It's a little late. Thank you. Have a great day. Come find me if you need me.
Hi, everyone. Hey, if you haven't met Christy, introduce yourself, said hello. Catch her before you leave. She's day 7. She's still coming back. I've been trying, but she's still coming back. She's doing wonderful. She's going to be amazing, and we're really thrilled to have her. And for all you top producers, keep doing what you're doing, crushing it. If anybody remembers April's profit sharing, it was 53,000, something like that. So that's a big jump. Wow. The Market Center, y'all had great Mays. We appreciate that. We see it, and we're so thankful to recognize you and be in business with you. So with that, Mr. Rich.
Okay. Good morning, everybody. Just a couple things today. So I'm going to piggyback kind of on what Brett said here for AI for a moment as we talk about MLS Now. So MLS Now has a lot of things coming up that are AI generated. You're going to be able to input, which I think you can still do right now, but it doesn't bring up AIs. You can use an old listing and you can basically put that as a new listing. So if you don't want to enter in all of the new listing information, you can use an old listing, it reports it over. I'm going to say they're going to be doing more of that. But my concern is they're going to be pulling data from old records and they're going to be pulling data from the taxes and all that stuff. I have a feeling that if you guys are not, and I know you're all realtors, so you don't read and math is not your strong suit either. I'm with you on that, but sadly math and reading, you're going to need to really pay attention if you start using the AI that the MLS is going to utilize for you to make input easier, because it's going to auto generate all kinds of things. Not only is it auto generating already descriptions for your pictures, if you didn't realize that and you're not checking those, please do so, because it may look like hardwood floors, but it's LVP flooring. It's not hardwood flooring. And if you've got in that picture, because it auto generated hardwood flooring, a buyer is going to rely on that. And believe it or not, even though it's AI, you didn't check it, we can still be found liable for it. So please make sure the AI that you're using is correct. That's the first thing that they're going to start doing here coming up. I'll get you guys a date. I'll send out an email. They actually have a class coming up for the new input that we're going to have for MLS Now. It sounds like it is no longer going to be the way that we've been doing it through Matrix. There's going to be a separate tile on the login screen, and you're going to be putting it in there. I also will say that we have Command. I think Amanda will tell you maybe more on this as it comes the third quarter, but we're going to be able to put listings in Command instead of MLS Now. So we've got a lot of changes coming up. So please come to the meetings, pay attention to what's going on.
I'm so sure.
What's that sure about what, Amanda?
Yeah, her face was just like.
Well, that's because in true Keller Williams fashion, it's coming, it's here, it's not perfect, we will work on it. That's kind of how we're doing it. So Amanda and I learned it. I think I learned it a week before Amanda did, and then she was like, what are you talking about? So
Just a little frightened.
So yeah, we're all frightened. But it's coming. So the AI, just pay attention, no matter if you're using Command, if you're using MLS Now. They have reports called Real Reports in MLS Now. Has anybody used the Real Reports? It's one of the tiles on the front screen. It's great if you want to use it for your CMAs. It's very helpful. It tells you the schools. So if you want to know the specific school about where your kids are, where the buyer's kids are going to go for elementary school, it tells you that. It tells you the tax history. It's got a lot of good information, and I would highly suggest that you use it. It also has who the owners are and if they're married, which is nice too, because people don't always tell you that they're married. Or they're getting a divorce, it just depends. So that's all good information there. So I highly recommend you use that. The maiden photo, they did change the rules. You no longer have to use the front exterior photo as your main photo. It can be any exterior photo. So if you have a lake house or you have something that looks better in the backyard, take that picture and put that out there to generate some interest. Okay. President Sales Club applications, those are coming up. We have a very short window. I think it's like July 1st through July 24th or 27th, something like that, that you have to get those in. Start populating any information that you need for those now. They have to be done on a very specific form that Ohio Realtors has designed. The MLS does print out like that, but you need to make sure that the sales are generated from, I believe it's June 1st or July 1st of last year through the end of June of this year. So July 1st is when you can start generating those applications, as long as your closings have taken place, and you'll get credit for anything from June or July 1st of last year all the way through June 30th of this year. So a lease is only worth 1/4 of a point. A sale is worth 1/2 a point. Unless you have both sides of the deal, then it's a whole point. So that's how that system is. The email that I sent out to you guys has the details. You can click on that link. It'll take you where you need to go. I think the application is now $100 if you want the plaque, but it's worth it. I think it's only about 10% of agents actually apply and get the accreditation from Ohio Realtors to be in President Sales Club. So it's definitely something that you're interested in. Take advantage of it and market it. Star dues, $225. Those were billed here in June. Please pay them by the end of this month. Otherwise, your bill collector here will be giving you a call and threatening to send your license back, which I hate to do. So please, please, please pay that. And then you won't have any dues until August for MLS Now. So, all right. Any questions? Okay, thanks, guys.
All right, thanks, Rick. All right, next up, we'd like to call our friends from Great. Keith, come on up.
Yes. Yeah, Keith couldn't make it today.
Oh.
Got the names flipped around.
Oh, yeah, I did.
Oh, Brad, his
Yeah, I
names
do.
are flipped around.
Just asking if everyone's awake. It definitely feels like summer out there now, but gonna be a hot one. But if I look at my business the last 4 years in a row, summer's been noticeably busier than spring. You know, typically spring's the busiest time, but I mean, 4 years in a row, it's been like 20-30% different that at least I've noticed in my little ecosystem. So it's like that third week of June through the end of August. So hopefully that continues this year. Do have a couple tidbits I wanted to share in case you didn't know this, but Fannie Mae in April got rid of minimum credit scores for a year. Like a conventional loan, you had to have a 620 score, and Freddie Mac would make exceptions to the 600 stuff sometimes, but Right now, I just had one close last week that was a 568 credit score. I mean, granted, they were putting 30% down, but it went through fast, just like some golden conventional deal would. So if the automated system likes it, you know, minimum credit scores are no longer a thing with conventional loans. VA doesn't have any minimum credit scores. FHA goes to 580 with the 3.5% down payment, but they'll go down to 500 if it's 10% or more down. And the second one I have, and this is kind of important because it might save you a deal out there someday. And a lot of the loan officers don't even realize this trick. But if you have well, it's not really a trick, it just logically doesn't make sense. But for some reason on FHA loans, if if they need automated approval, more oftentimes than not, if somebody's like borderline, mainly with their credit profile, a 20-year fixed will get them approved, like a 25 or a 30 loan. So if you have a like FHA deal that's going south on one of your listings, or a buyer can't get approved or something, mention that to whoever the loan officer is on the deal, because chances are they don't know that too. And it's just because, the payment's higher and it likes it, so just one of them things, and it works more often than not. Touching on AI a little bit, we have this system called Gateless that it's actually reached the point to where it's available on the market to other lenders and stuff. So they are starting to use our technology. They started working on this in like 2014, and it's getting to the point where it's doing a lot of stuff that humans had to do. And I was at a meeting at our corporate in Chicago last month, and they were talking about the advances this has made, and they were saying by this fall, like almost 30% of the conventional files going through that we're underwriting will not even need a human involved in the whole approval process. And that's probably gonna, it'll take a while for the government loans. I mean, I think there's always gonna be a need for loan officers, underwriters, processors, things like that, but it's gonna make things a lot quicker, and it's definitely gonna evolve, and something we all gotta get used to and accept and incorporate it the way it works best. And lastly, and I'll just touch on this, I did a Zoom meeting on some of the bridge products out there. There's so many more options than we had even a year or two ago, let alone like 5 years ago, with bridge type setups. It's only 25 minutes long, but there's a HELOC that there's no time limit, can find out in 3 minutes whether somebody qualifies. It's all automated. It spits out the value, what they're approved for and stuff. And it's, people can access money real fast right now, using that. Doesn't matter if they ever pay it off. They decide not to sell their house, that's one where they don't have to worry about it. And then we have a new one we just came out with this year that's just an in-house one. It's also a HELOC that goes to 85% loan to value. The interest is it just accrues, so it gets paid off at closing. And we use the guidelines on whatever the main loan is going to be. So it's conventional, that's what we use for qualifying. If it's non-QM loan, like a bank statement loan or a 1-year 1099 or a no ratio loan or something like that, we use those guidelines for the HELOC. And then we have the traditional one where pay off the mortgage or mortgages, take out 6 months in interest, there's no payment. And then we have a couple different options we call it cash ready, where the house can actually be bought on a person's behalf, either with a cash offer or there's like a signature product where they sign a signature, they take title at closing, and then they put a lien on their sale. It gets paid off when they sell it. But that's just touching on some of them, but there's a lot of different ones. If you have time, I know they recorded that, it's only about 25 minutes long. If you wanna get a little more details on this. That's all I got.
Thanks.
All right, thanks, Todd. Brad, I totally panicked when the slide came up and it said Keith, and I was worried I've been calling you the wrong name. Here, I only did it once. So with that, thank you, guys. So we're gonna move into the meat of our presentation, and I'm super excited for this. So this month we have a panel of 4 of our best and brightest up here, and the topic is Ask Me Anything. So anything that you want to know business related. We have a few questions that came in. But the podium in true town hall style is yours to come up to and ask questions. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce our 4 panelists. So if I could get Eric Henry, Talitha Mummertz, Nick Rock, and Erica Winter-Sossman to come on up, and if everybody could give them a big round of applause. So we're gonna start off with just a quick little get to know you, and Eric, we're gonna start with you first. So I think most of us know everybody up here. So instead of worrying about how I that good stuff, just got a couple of quick questions for you. So Eric, starting with you, what's one thing you do after a deal closes that helps you to earn repeat business and referrals?
When we go to hand off the keys, I always have a thank you card and a closing gift for everybody. Then I also, anybody that buys a house, I make my rounds around in December and hand them a gingerbread house.
Anything else you would like to share with all of us?
I mean, that's really it. I mean, like, 1 year after their home anniversary on command, I have it set up where they'll start getting a monthly market update for their neighborhood. It comes twice a week, and it's just a way to stay connected.
Thank you, Eric. Next, Talitha. If a newer agent were to shadow you for a week, what would they find you spending most of your time on?
Building relationships. For sure. So
Go a little deeper.
let's see. So being out there, social media is huge. Getting people knowing what you're doing. Obviously, if you go look at my social media, that's most of my posts. But you have to be relatable too. So I share my kids, and then just being out, and when you're out, mingling and meeting people, talking to people that you know, being social, building those relationships.
Anything else you want the audience to know about you?
I can't tell all my secrets.
Okay, fair enough. Nick, give us a quick view of where your business is today versus 3 to 4 years ago.
3 years ago, I came over to KW, so it was kind of up in the air. Being able to talk to a lot of the agents that are here and realize some of the things that they were doing that helped their business to grow was huge. Pulling in a admin to help me, Jess, she's been tremendous, not just for me, but for the other agents that I have on the team as well. So she's able to kind of hold things together. Just pulling in people that really kind of have the same idea and map of where they want to go with their careers.
Anything else you want to share with the group?
No.
This is gonna be a quick. And Erica, so where does the majority of your business come from?
Social media. Social media and probably my church and just people that I've helped before. It's more of a referral. Everything on my team is ran like a conveyor belt. So we have systems and tools in place. And once you help this person and that person, and then they see those posts and they're sharing them. But I would have to say 82% of my business is social media. Very active on it. And it cost me $0.
That's the part, the 2 parts that you should have heard from me. The numbers, 82% and $0. So, all right. So, had a couple questions that came in from agents prior to the meeting that I wanted to kick off. So we'll just kind of do this round robin.
Use the podium. It's town hall style.
It is town hall.
That was great.
And Rich did dare me to say, "No, Senator, you are out of order."
Notice he pointed at Amanda.
She's been out of order. So, Eric, back to you. What's your daily process look like?
I just, I get up, my mom lives with us, so I have to take her breakfast every morning. I just kind of get everything done that I need to around the house, and then at 8 o'clock, I'll start follow up with any of my transactions. I have a couple whiteboards that I use to follow up with names when I want to reach back out to somebody or what's going on with the transaction. I may have showings, I may have inspections. I lead generate at different times based on what I need to do for my clients. So I'm not afraid to call people at 5 to 7 at night or noon to 3 or 9 to 12. I never call anybody at 8 because I feel like it's just too early. That's just me.
Erica, same question. What's your daily process look like?
So I'm a gentle nerd at heart. Everything is scheduled, everything is planned, everything has highlighters and colors in my life, right? So it's the kids, it's my personal life, it's my business life, and it's my other 2 businesses. So a daily task would depend on the day that you're preferring, morning, noon, night, right? So I work a lot of things every day, all day long. But just get up. I'm back in the gym, 3-4 days a week, so that's penciled in. My kids are at school, they are on their way. My son's leaving for Brazil in a couple hours, so please forgive me. My mind's kind of in that part of my 20-year-old kind of leaving again for 3 more weeks. But in addition to the everyday task of real estate, it's training the people, it's answering the phones, it's communication. Last night we had our meeting. I told my team I had 38 missed calls yesterday. That sounds terrible in the real estate world. It absolutely sounds like I failed at life. But I will tell you, if I'm with a client or if I'm on a listing appointment, I'm not answering my phone because I'm respectful to the people that have already given me the chance to get into their door, right? So it's kind of the balance of the everyday life. But in the meantime, there is time on the schedule to catch up with those things. So like I had to learn a lot very quickly in a hard way that you can't always be available. So with that being said, every day is a challenge, and just because it's on my schedule and it exists doesn't mean that something else isn't going to pop up. So it's very busy, but it's productive busy. I kind of left the chaos behind me and move forward with the direction of what do I want this day to look like? Who am I going to entertain today to make sure that things are getting done tomorrow, right? So it's the longevity, it's not just today.
Nick,
Yeah.
database. Talking about the database, question is there something a certain thing you do with your database that you feel like is working really well and turning into opportunities for you?
Probably about 10 years ago, I started treating Facebook like a database. And just using that time blocking with that, reaching out to past clients, interacting with who might be future clients, just kind of keeping some kind of presence out there, like Talitha had said, basically making sure that there's a mix of personal stuff and real estate stuff in there, so that people don't feel like it's just some commercialized page and they actually kind of get to know you and actually want to work with you.
So when you say you're using Facebook like your database, is there a specific occurrence or specific thing you do on a regular basis that makes you treat it like the database?
I'll have an eye on certain areas where I might be able to produce more business there, but a lot of it's just keeping in contact with people that have sent referrals, that will do business, that have done business in the past, those kind of things, and getting that transcribed over into the actual CRM, if and when it looks like it would be appropriate. That's huge too.
Talitha, is there anything certain you're doing with your database that's translating into opportunity?
Every month I do quite a bit with mine. I do send birthday cards every month with a $5 gift card, usually to like Dunkin' Donuts and to kids. So after 10 years, monthly, I'm spending like $200 in that, but they love it.
Yeah.
So,
And
the
the kids too, right? Oh, wow.
yeah, so it's a lot, but I get texts all the time. Thank you. Videos from the kids opening their cards, and that they're real little, maybe a couple bucks instead of a gift card. That's huge. Anniversary cards. even after 10 years. And then if it's been, a few years, I'll send them a CMA too. Like, hey, this is what your home's worth nowadays. That can drum up a lot of business too. So,
That's awesome. I like the, I don't know if you guys caught it or not, it feels weird having my back here.
it isn't.
Yeah, thank you. The sending it to the kids, I mean, that's infinitely more work. I mean, you have to know when all the kids' birthdays are. Maybe feel a little uncomfortable. You have to know when all their birthdays are and stay on top of all of that, so, but the more work, so even just the kids, thank you, that's awesome. Sticking with you, what's the best business advice you've received?
So before this, I did residential property management for 15 years. So I was a regional manager. One thing I learned with that has carried into, besides just like home maintenance and different things, is these are people's livelihoods. It's not about you. And if you can make sure that your client is number one in your business, that is the most important thing. I have clients all the time where they move out of state and they're using somebody else. And they're like, oh my gosh, you need to come here and get licensed. I can't stand this realtor. She's mad every time we leave a house and I'm not buying it. So if it takes 60 houses, granted, nobody wants to show anybody 60 houses, but every once in a while we get lucky with that one and done too, right? But it's not about, granted, I want paid at some time, but it's about my client. And if you can build that relationship with your client, they will use you all the time. They will not want to use anybody else but you. So it's not about me. It's about them. This is where they're going to raise their kids. I don't know, grow old.
Yeah, that's
You
awesome.
know, so yeah.
Great advice. I think we said it in a meeting, 1 or 2 meetings ago. The client is the hero of the story. You're just their guide.
Yeah.
And that's a perfect
Yeah.
summary for it. Eric, what's the best advice you've ever received?
Two things, early on, one from Gina, and that was when you're doing your family stuff, it's an appointment. And you don't need to say I'm doing something with my family. I just have an appointment, so if I wanna watch the Buckeyes game, I have to be in Uniontown at 1:00. That's what I do, and then Holly Van Riper told me to always be the bigger agent. Very early on, I had an agent that was just ignorant, nasty. And in talking with her, because she was somebody I connected with early on, and she would say, you may need that person on your next deal. So very similar to what Talitha said, it's not about me. I'm good with my feelings getting hurt. I'm good with being upset. As long as my client's happy at the end of the deal, at the end of the day and deal, I'm happy to pay you.
Nice. Guys, I have a few more questions, but I'm kind of want to turn around. Anybody in the audience have anything that they'd like to ask any of the panelists?
Yeah, nobody wants to be at the
You
podium
don't
now.
have to go to the podium. I will only make a little fun of you. Yeah, we can come over. You can just stand up. Austin.
Can I stay seated or?
I mean,
No, you gotta come to the
your
podium.
fancy Videos, bro. You can come up.
You're used to being on video, come up here.
Wow.
It's a tough crowd.
Hello.
Fine.
Okay, so let's you have a team,
No,
Okay, so you're by yourself, so
I don't have an admin. I don't have anybody.
you just.
I do everything
like it.
myself.
I know you have let's start with you. So when you look at the agents you coached, hired, or worked around, what traits separate the people who actually become top producers from the people who never seem to break through?
The ability to want to do it first. I would have to say, now I've trained probably 52 agents in my career. 15 of them are still with me, and I think that they'll be with me for a very long time, and I'm proud to say that. But the difference between the people that get licensed are the drive and the mentality, because I can teach you all day long how to fill out paperwork. I can teach you all day long how to schedule an appointment and open a lockbox. But if you can't have a normal conversation with somebody and meet them with the tone and demeanor, or show up in a timely fashion, that could be a downfall, right? And the people that think real estate is easy are usually the ones that fail first. They get in the business and they join the team and they're ready to go and they're like, I'm gonna sell like 10 houses this month. I'm like, all right, you know, I'm challenging you, let's do this, I'm up for a good challenge, right? But I do have agents that can do it, right? I do have agents that have 15 deals on the board. So I think it's just a matter of the person and the personality and making the time to do it because it's not easy. And a lot of my stuff is self-taught. So for me to teach it to somebody else, that takes time away from me. So I really got to make sure that you're invested in it because I really don't want everybody. I don't really want a office full of agents that are just kind of, hey, I real estate. I work for Keller Williams. Nice to meet you. Wearing a little badge, you know, not my kind of cup of tea, right? But getting them there, scheduling it, and making sure that they show up for themselves is probably the biggest thing.
Awesome, thank you. I have one more question.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna ask you, Eric. So if your entire business disappeared tomorrow and you had to start over, no database, no listings, no reputation, what would you do in the first 90 days?
I would continue to work my sphere of influence and my past clients. 55% of my business last year was from referrals or sphere of influence. And this year I'm at 50% year to date right now still. So I would just start doing that. And that's really what I did when I first started in the business. I would send out like 100 letters a month, you know, and just really try to reach out people and say, hey, I'm in real estate. This is, you know, keep me in mind if you know anybody that's ready to buy, sell, or invest.
Awesome, thank you.
Thanks, Austin.
Thanks for using the podium.
Was that your idea?
No, it was Brent's idea. I'm really trying really hard to make it work. for
Anybody
him.
else? Anybody got a question they'd like to ask any of the panelists? You can just stand up.
I'm not standing up.
Wait, Cassandra wants to pretend that she's at the podium and said, do you have any good scripts for working with your sphere? Pretend Cassandra's at the podium.
Who would she like to ask?
Let's
Not
ask
me.
her.
I don't.
Well, let Liz go while.
Yeah.
Yep.
Talitha, can you go a little deeper? Tell me what that conversation sounds like, so it's natural finding out when these children's birthdays are.
When's your birthday, month and date, your children?
Like vlogging it, like,
Yeah.
She's probably telling him I'm gonna send him a gift.
okay.
So they know if it's coming.
So
They don't even, they don't even ask. I don't know, because we're all friends. I don't know.
When's your birthday?
Usually after closing, I'm like, hey, when you get a chance, will you send me, and if it's a spouse or whoever, your month and day for your birthdays? Kids
Yeah.
do. It's not complicated.
Just tell them you like to keep track.
Yeah.
They've literally never, I don't think anybody's ever asked me why.
That's like Scott.
Social security numbers, no.
Now, Liz, you can't go to the mall food court and start that.
You can probably find it on Facebook though. Most every parent puts, oh, happy birthday to my kid,
Yeah.
you know, so jot that down over here in this notebook. Just ask.
All right, back to Cassandra's question.
She wouldn't pick who. So let's go with Eric. What's your best script for working with your sphere?
I just like to stay connected with my sphere. Like, I don't know that I do anything special. You know, a lot of people, when I say I don't do anything special, they're like, oh, I disagree. You do this. I just like to try to stay connected with my sphere. And, you know, it's through the monthly newsletter, it's through every holiday, home anniversary, you know, anything that I can think of. I just try to stay connected with that. I'm not one that's going to ask them for business. I just want them to remember that I am in business. Because I feel like my personality is going to win them over if I've been connected with them. I mean, I've helped 3 brothers buy houses different years. I've helped 3 other family members buy, and another family member that was a close relative that has bought. So I just feel like I'm not there to try to push for business, although I am by just trying to stay connected. I just try to, you know, keep it as friends, and it works for me.
Nick, do you have anything to add to that question?
The sphere is probably the less scripted portion of things for me. I have scripts for new clients for sign calls, for Zillow leads, for open houses, all that stuff. But when it comes to the people that I actually know, it's a lot more of a fluid conversation that almost always leads to something real estate related because
They
they're
know
in
what
the
you do.
industry that everybody's interested in. So, yeah, that makes it a little bit easier working with those people.
So, Nick, sticking with you, because I heard you mention this a little bit ago. What did you decide it was time to make your first hire? And was I think your first hire sounded like was your admin.
Yeah.
Okay, so when did you decide what led you to that place?
I mean, coming off of a team, I had seen how important that role was. So it was pretty immediate there. I acted as the admin when it was just me and Chris Alchin there for like the first few months. And I mostly did that so that I could find someone right for the job, but also to know exactly what those areas that needed addressed were, what the daily tasks were that I did not want to take on myself that I could pass off to that admin. So for me, it was pretty quick. So I kind of had an idea on what I was looking towards. If it wasn't for that, I would say the minute that I find that the monotonous tasks are taking up the time for the dollar producing activities, that would probably be the best time to look into outsourcing some of that stuff.
Okay, thanks, Nick. Erica, what about you?
I knew you were gonna do that.
Well, I know Talitha does it all herself, so it wasn't. She's gonna say like, she'll get to work.
Right, so this might come off a little harsh, but I don't have an admin. I run a team of 15, and your first hire is supposed to be your administration. My first hire was agents on my team. I was an individual agent, and then I joined a high producing team to become the top producer, and then I started a team. So on the back side of it, I also saw what a listing transaction coordinator, a sales, outside salesperson thing, this, that, and the other, they all can do it, great. But my team is built very differently. I have a passion to train people and push them away. I want them out in the field. I want them being great agents, and I don't want to keep you. But if you want to stay, I'll let you stay, right? So with that being said, I am the admin. I do check all paperwork, and I do make sure everybody on my team is functioning properly with their systems and tools. I'm a big command user, and it works well for me. Will it work well for you? I don't know, because you guys have to figure that out yourselves, right? But with that, also on top of it, it's really not hard, because if I have an issue with this property, 143 Front Street, I can go directly to the agent and they know exactly what's going on. You know why? Because I trained them. I worked with them directly. I taught them their paperwork. I taught them how to make sure their systems and tools are in working fashion, and then they end up in her box if they are not. And we've made it this far, and we are doing very well at it. So I don't know that I would ever hire an admin, only because I have leverage through the team and the people that I hire. That is far more important to me than maybe somebody sitting at a desk answering a phone that may or may not ring, because they're calling me directly or one of my agents. I mean, I put their names on the signs, I put their phone numbers on the signs. I'm just building people that I want to work with in the community I live in.
Is there just side note, curiosity, is there a certain amount of time when you bring a new agent onto your team that you work with them closely to train them and get them to the place where you want them to be?
I have 30, 60, 90s, and then I also have 6 months and years, but I do have a team full of different personalities where people thrive in different areas. So it is not uncommon for somebody to onboard to my team and work with me directly for this, and this, work with this person for this, and this, work with this person, because everybody is working together. So we are building a foundation in my direct community where people look at us and they're like, oh my gosh, I know this paperwork's gonna be right. I want to work with you, and I'm taking your offer. And then you start hearing those things. So it's just the pieces of the puzzle. So when I say I don't hire lightly, it's because certain things have to run in my mind the way that they are running now, because it is working and it's allowing us to grow bigger and better every year. I mean, I started with 3 agents and I have 15 every day, locked in, ready to go.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Throw it back to the audience. I got a few more questions, but does anybody else have anything they want to ask? Yeah, Erica.
I was gonna ask Nick to kind of elaborate on the time block that you set for your social media. Like, I know that you're connecting with people and that kind of thing, but are you doing anything in that time very purposefully?
Purposefully, it's hard to say. It depends a lot more on what's going on with my business, with the market, and with what's been posted in today's past. So if it's a business post that's been gaining a lot of traction and stuff, I might do something like follow up with everyone that's commented on that, or asked a question about it, or do a repost of something along those lines. If it's a bigger thing like in the news, if there's interest rate movement or something, you know, might look for the posts that people are making with those and comment on them, message people about them, different things like that. It's very rarely I wake up and know exactly what I'm going after. It's more reactionary on social media, for me at least.
And then what about like video inspiration and that kind of thing?
Yeah, I was gonna ask that. Your one you just did. I mean, you crack me up every time. Do you think those things through, or do you just hit record and just that just comes right out?
I'll usually have some kind of an idea of something going on with it, like the 55 and older community. Okay, how can I point this out in a funny kind of a way without offending people? So
Fine line.
it's a very fine line, and there's usually 20 of them that I didn't post because I said something wrong or yeah. So
Okay.
Any other questions from the audience? Yeah, Austin.
I know everyone wants to eat, so I'm over the last one. Nick, what's one thing you're doing today that creates the biggest return on your time? And what's one thing you stopped doing that you wish you stopped years ago?
So one thing, I wouldn't say that it's the biggest return on time. But it has made a difference and this is just something that I personally started doing the last 3 transactions. Walking the neighborhood when you have a buyer and asking the neighbors to sign a welcome to the neighborhood card. You're answering all of the questions that they probably have about that home that just sold, and it has spurred more conversations from possible sellers than just about anything that I've done lately.
Will you do that in the winter?
Doubtful. That's weather. But that's made a huge change. And then what was the second part of the question there? Sorry.
What's one thing you stopped doing that you wish you stopped years ago?
Oh, allowing others to control my schedule. So, time, not so much time blocking, but you know, when someone asks to see a home, okay, I am available at 12:30 and 2 p.m. today. Which one works for you? Realistically, they're going to go with either of those if those work. And if neither of them work, they will let you know. But the minute you tell someone, yep, I've got tomorrow available, what works for you? They're gonna pick the time that you do not have available. So they will somehow know exactly when and do whatever it is. And like Eric said, everything is an appointment. My daughter's softball game yesterday was an appointment. If I have lunch plans with my mom, that is an appointment. There is no need to get into the details because the minute that it's something not work related, it should fall below whatever that client needs. And I'm not saying that whatever that client needs isn't important. It's just that we've got to have some kind of management there to keep things in place.
Thank you.
So Salita, we know about the birthday cards. What else do you give as a client experience that wins them for life and keeps them coming back to you? What else do you do?
So many different things, but I still have clients that come to me to need contractors and so if you can have like a list of people that you know and trust and follow up with that too. Because sometimes somebody that was always great is not so great anymore. I don't want to refer those. That to just being knowledgeable about the market, to just being the person that they go to when they have any questions that they have.
Eric, what about you?
I think I kind of hit on it earlier, I think, but you know, really just being me from a pressure-free standpoint and truly having them understand and feel that they are one of the most important people when I'm dealing with them in that transaction. that I truly care. I ask a lot of questions. I talk to the kids if they're there, which is important that you connect with the whole family, and the parents see that and they understand that, but just really just being me and winning them over with my personality, I feel like that goes miles in that. I mean, it's simple as that sounds.
Sometimes it is just the simple things. I got two more questions. Anybody else have one they wanna talk? Yeah. Oh, she's in there.
Nice to meet all of you. I'm a newer agent. I have to do another job. This is something I never thought I would do in my life. Kind of anxious, excited. You guys have given a lot of advice already. Do you have anything else you can think of that I can kind of do to get myself off to a good start?
What are you coming from?
I'm sorry.
What are you coming from?
I work at a car wash.
Okay.
Yeah. So I've worked a lot of retail and different stuff, nothing so much
Yeah.
like this. So.
Okay. I'd say a great thing would be to find a way that you can transition from one to the next. A lot of the people that you've met through
Right.
washing cars or whatever that may be, a lot of those are going to be homeowners or want to be homeowners.
I have advice. Whether you take it or not, it's up to you. So I ran the AT&T call center for 17 years and retired from there. I had 300 employees underneath me. But here's the other thing. I knew I had to work 8 to 5. Okay, so you said I have to work another job. Use the change of the mentality as I get to. Because 8 to 5, I was dedicated. I did my job and I made sure things were there and happening. But at 6 o'clock, I knew I was showing from 6 to 9 every night. And it worked. I sold 180 houses in 1 year on one team. And she made a ton of money off me. But it wasn't about the money, it was about the experience. Because those people that I was selling to were working right along with me. All those people in that call center, they were earning the paycheck. I was getting them approved. And we all could look at houses at night because we were all working during the day. So I leveraged my schedule to make sure that real estate was never supposed to be my only income. It was just supposed to be something I wanted to do, and that's what I wanted to do. So I did it. But it ended up being my full-time income. And it allowed me to retire and, leave that, even though I'm sad about it. I am very passionate about the people that have put me in place and where I come from. So that car wash that you're in might sound like it's not the greatest, but you're coming in an interaction with a lot of people on a daily basis. I don't want to say use it to your advantage because you should never be taking advantage of one company toward the other, but introduce yourself. Hey, I'm so and so, and I'm here and this is what it is. And you start to talk to people and those doors start opening. So think of it more as like I get to, because you're there for a reason. There's a lot of people there.
Thank you.
Yep.
Anybody else?
I would say learn as much as you can so that you're prepared when you're ready.
Okay.
Don't be afraid to fail. So if you try something and you don't do it right, just learn from that. And all of us have failed at something that we've tried and we've learned from that. So get involved with as much as you can in the productivity coaching. I wouldn't be where I am without that today. And find somebody else that's in the same spot as you are and kind of role play with them, or find somebody that's a little bit ahead of you and allow them to be somebody that you kind of talk to as well.
Anything you can think of for me? You do.
Just keep, don't be discouraged and disappointed. It's gonna take a second. My first year in real estate, I made $25,000. My best friend was like, "You can move into my basement." Moving into my basement. You're gonna have to. I was like, "No, I'm not going to." I can't. So it's rough at first. It wasn't easy, but you just have to just stick to it every day.
I would say one other thing is if somebody's rude to you, hangs up on you, celebrate that, because you don't have to waste another ounce of energy on them. That's better than trying to call somebody 4 or 5 times and never answer. So just remember, you're not going to make everybody happy, and it should be a privilege to work with you.
Excellent. Awesome. Thank you. I appreciate that. Nice meeting
Stick
you.
with it.
I will. Thank you.
All right, last question real quick. So Talita, you just gave her some advice as a newer agent, but if an agent maybe been in the business for a few years and is looking to break through and increase their production to the next level, what's one tip you would give them?
I am not good on like my systems and stuff like that. That's not my thing. Every day is different for me. I try all the time. I just told Rich, I was like, honestly, I don't even know how many houses I've sold this year. I'm not even gonna lie. I have no idea. No idea. Every day I just work. I just do something. And if I get sucked into doom scrolling on Facebook, then I'm seeing stuff and I'm messaging people and trying to relate to them because I get sucked into that. My daughter's home from college this summer, so no, that's my focus right now too. It's just every day's different, and you just have to keep going until you find your niche. I don't really know what else to say. It's just everybody's so
You're
different.
authentically you, and I think you.
Yeah, like Eric said, he's just him. Everybody loves Eric. He's yeah, I'm just me. And I just do what I do. I don't know. I don't have systems. I don't. So
You don't need systems.
Gina, don't kill me.
That just means that.
Oh, she knows. 'Cause I answer her all the time. She's like, "What do you?" I said, "I don't know. I don't."
So
She loves our meetings.
last question, switching gears to someone who is systems oriented, Erica.
Yeah.
What is the one system?
Gina thought out.
It's the one system that you've put in place that has made the biggest impact.
Okay, so a long time ago, I had a broker invest in me, and I call it a real estate Bible. Okay, so for all my new agents out there, you will thrive. You're more than welcome to come and join us because we build these books all the time. And with that, I say it very gently, right? So inside of this notebook, we are building your business and what that looks like on yours. So my book would be different than his book and his book, her book, okay? But the main thing that you have to focus on is your paperwork. Because if you don't have your paperwork, you really don't have anything. If you don't understand the contracts that you're writing, you don't have anything. So if I have a new hire or a new agent that approaches me, I would tell them to reach out and get some help. Sit with people, go up to meetings, introduce yourself to people, go to different brokerages. I made the mistake and I joined that first brokerage and he was great to me, guys. He was great, but he is a local broker and he was going nowhere quick, right? No systems, no tools, no technology. It was just list the house, see you at church on Sunday, and here we go again on Monday, right? And I thrived in it, but it was like, what's next? I needed something more. So then I joined the Keller Williams and I'm like, wow. They have things outside of this state and they have agents over here and referrals are there. And then I joined this Keller Williams, which seems awkward because it's two like very different things, but it's the same company. But I promise you, they're ran very differently, right? So don't stay somewhere where you're unhappy and you're not getting the help you need because as a new agent, you are your own boss. You create your own story. So I do have systems and tools in place. However, that notebook is everything. This is going to teach you how to write an offer, what you need to click on. This is the system you need to log into. This is the password you need to put in. This is the first page that you're going to get to. This is what you're going to see. And we'll go through it during my meetings. We'll fill out contracts together. We'll have negotiations together. We'll be, I don't want to say fighting, but we'll be, the ship is sinking, right? The appraisal fell short. The inspection came back bad. Now we have mold all over the attic, right? So we create these things to make sure when they do come across it, it's handled in the most professional way that it possibly can because there's nothing like having a failed inspection on your first deal and you think your life is over and real estate sucks. It doesn't suck. You just have to know how to get through it. Okay. So that notebook is everything. I would start a notebook if you're a new agent and I would be absorbing everything from everybody. Take something because they'll give it to you. You just got to ask and don't be shy. You're shy, you're not going to make it in this business. I mean, I'm very quiet, but I will talk to people because there is a reason we're in front of each other, right? Figure it out.
Great stuff. Well, thank you, Erica, Talitha, Eric, Nick. Appreciate your time. I'm sure everybody out here agrees, and that was some great information from all of you. So thank you so much for joining us today. We appreciate it. Next up, we are going to invite our friends from American Settings. And we're gonna have
Thank goodness I have
Steve Andrew.
It's just me, you guys.
I still feel bad about the whole rat.
All right, I missed it. Hi, everyone, I'm Sam. I wasn't on the panel, but I was just thinking about like what I would say to a new agent, having been an agent. I constantly put myself in comparison with other agents, right? So if you're new, you're not doing what Jose's doing or what Eric is doing, or maybe not as funny as Nick Rock, but what value do you have? Because you have value, right? I constantly was looking at people that was licensed the same time as me and going, man, I spent so much time on that. So that's the end of that. Okay, first slide that I have. I've been noticing on the closed group, you guys are looking for CE. So I just wanted to let you know, these are the next cores that we've got at this office. Some of you guys signed up for a core that just happened in Mansfield. You didn't pull up because I think you realized it was in Mansfield, which you guys are more than welcome to.
That was me.
Yeah.
That was me. I was like, nope, not doing that.
So these ones are right here in the office, August 18th and November 17th, we have law and ethics. So that will finish our course for the year. So I'm sure you're getting these, but I just wanted to have this on here. You can put it on your calendar. And next, can you just click that link? Hopefully
It is. It's
okay.
a link.
It's a link.
Just click American Title Solution.
So I've been noticing a lot of agents, not necessarily this one, but I just wanted to make sure you guys all knew this. I'm seeing a lot of agents email our team and say, hey, can you please send the link for our clients to be able to submit their earnest money? And not that our team cannot send that, but you can always just send them to americantitleSolutions.com whenever. So if you get it under contract on a Friday night, you can send them. Even if we don't have the deal yet, they put the address. Just send them always to our website and it's right in the middle. Don't wait for our team to start the file. I just wanted to make sure everybody knows, like, it does not have to be in our system for your client to do that. We do not need to send you anything. On the welcome email, it does have a link to deposit earnest money, but sometimes like you get in contract on a Friday, we might not set it up till Tuesday. You should have already had your earnest money turned in, right? So just wanted you guys to know, always just American Title Solutions right in the center, not your earnest money. Okay? Okay.
All right, Amanda, upcoming events.
Yes. So we are having a baby photo contest. The culture committee is hosting it. So if you walk out here, there's a poster board with some babies, and you can guess who's who.
Pictures.
Yeah.
Not live pictures.
Not live babies. Not live babies. If you just put your name on the back and put it on my desk or whatever, I will get your submission. We will be choosing a winner at the July team meeting. So you have a month to stop in and it'll be hanging out in the training room to do that. Really quick, does anybody want to guess who this really cute baby is?
Rich.
My gosh, wow.
So that is Rich.
You look the same.
Yes, this here doesn't.
You look the same.
We'll have a chance to win $100 if
Alright,
you
game
get
on.
the most.
Dollars.
Yes, so that is happening. The culture committee is also doing a scavenger hunt a week from tomorrow, so sign up for you and your team. Just teams of 2. It is gonna be a lot of fun, so you can do that. There's emails out there. You can scan that QR code.
Let's go with.
Brent and I will be doing the June Education Day, so that's gonna be all things lead gen. And I think that's it for upcoming events. As for right now, we are gonna be celebrating our dads because Father's Day is coming up. So there is a giveaway that we're doing. So only the dads, sorry ladies. You're going to fill out a ticket to for a chance to win that Lowe's gift basket that's out there, and we have some barbecue, and some of you were great enough to bring sides and desserts, so that's all we've got. Thank you.
All right. And thank you, everybody. Appreciate everybody's time. Sorry I went over a couple minutes, but I think it was worth it. So thank you. Enjoy some food, and we'll talk to you all soon.
Who's dragging?